What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we're going to be doing a live FUT Champs game with the Beast team. The Bundesliga hasn't been announced but has been leaked, at least the first 11 anyway. And there's some good players in that might make me change the dynamic of my team. Now I don't necessarily want to change the full team, that's for sure. But there are, in the starting 11 at least, as I said, in the starting 11, there are some really good players that intrigue me a lot. For example, the 94 Batshuayi looks great and gets a soft link with De Bruyne. And because of how I have my team, if I change to the 4-2-2, well, I'll show you exactly what I could do if I switch to the 4-2-2. We could have the three icons on the right-hand side there. We could then put Batshuayi at cam and De Bruyne at striker, and then play with two other Premier League players on the left-hand side. But, you know, what does that mean for Suarez? What does that mean in general? But then also, Leon Goretzka has got a ridiculous card. Thomas Muller has got a ridiculous-looking card. Naldo looks insane as well with his big pace. Not quite as good as Ramos or Maldini or whatever. So there's definitely an opportunity for me to look at that and think, you know what? I might change it. Excuse me. I can feel cold coming, you know. Yeah, there's something there for me that makes me look at that and think, you know what? There's a few players there that I really love. Now, I don't know the bench and reserves. Of course, by the time you're watching this video, the bench and reserves will be out. But one thing that's really interesting to me and makes me want to, say, spend a few 100,000 coins is the Bundesliga. The amount of common and rare gold in the Bundesliga. So somebody made a thread on Reddit, Burton3000. He says, I've saved all my golds, low golds and rares for this. I found these numbers from a search that are on FIFA 17, but should be similar. With 23 packable Team of the Season leagues, nearly 1/5 of the rare players in the league have a Team of the Season. Also, lots of attackers. Bummed about Kramaric, but looking to pack a bunch of these guys. And what he did is he got a breakdown where there are only 122, based on last year, so it might have varied a little bit, but 122 shiny golds in Bundesliga, which gives you an insane chance of packing a Bundesliga Team of the Season in the upgrades, and even more so in League 1, so for next week, there was only 96 French League shinies last year, which again just gives a ridiculous opportunity to pack those. So I'm going to do some upgrade packs. I don't have much left in the club, but I'm going to do some upgrade packs anyway. And we're going to see 90 chemistry, Jesus. Yeah, we're going to see what, like, if we can pack any, what we pack, and go from there. I'll have to put some time and effort into actually building the the packs, because I don't have much left in the club, so I have to go out there and buy all the players, so on and so forth. But yeah, bottom line is I'm actually excited for the Bundesliga, and this is genuinely why I love Team of the Season, man, because even though I've got what I would consider my final form of team, you know, this team that I've got here is just so good, and I'll show you how I line it up as well. I actually play it sometimes like this, sometimes with Suarez at cam, sometimes with Sané at cam. It just depends how I'm going, but like 4-1-2-1-2 doesn't really suit this formation perfectly. De Bruyne is kind of wasted at centre mid, and then, you know, Sané not up front, or Suarez not up front, or Son not up front is also kind of wasted. But I like to start in the 4-1-2-1-2 just because it's just the easiest formation to start. Like if I'm against somebody who's not great at defending, or just not great at FIFA anyway, the 4-4-2 is always efficient and always effective no matter what. If I struggle against people, as you guys well know, that's when I then switch into the go on Suarez, lad. Oh, he's missed it. That's when I then switch into the 4-4-2 because I can create more chances. So even though I actually favour the 4-4-2 as a formation, I don't start in the 4-4-2 just because it's, I don't know, man. It's one of those weird ones. It's like I always like to start in the 4-1-2-1-2 just because of the way the attack plays. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I hope you guys get what I mean. As it happens, this guy that I'm playing against really isn't very good. And we should be able to score some nice, easy goals against him. But thank you guys for being here on this Road to Glory day. If you could drop a thumbs up, I would much appreciate it. What I'm probably going to do over the next, what day are we at? We're at the 18th now. Over the next 11 days, is I'm probably going to do a lot of like live com gameplay. And the reason for that is because up until World Cup game mode comes, there's not a lot I want to do with this account. It depends on what the Bundesliga team of the season is. But yeah, there's not really all that much that I want to do. I've got to stop doing the obvious thing there, because even though this guy doesn't seem to be great, I need to get the goal basically. But yeah, bottom line is it's going to be a lot of live stuff for the next like few weeks or 10 days or 11 days or whatever, off the back of the fact that until the World Cup game mode does come, I had a time for a touch there, until the World Cup game mode does come, I don't need to upgrade this squad. I don't necessarily want to upgrade this squad. Oh god, what a horrendous pass that was. But obviously I still want to give you guys good content, so it'll be like, I guess, like Ruin a Randomer for a while. Look at that, De Bruyne is so good, he meant to do that. Alright, let me get a goal here real quick. Not that I can just all of a sudden get a goal, but that's a good save from Edison there. I've got to start taking a few more finesse shots from the top of the box with the Team of the Season cards, because they seem to be broken, and less low drivens in the box. One of the biggest problems I have is that specifically when I come up against the Fardemans and the David De Gea's and the what are they called? Who have I got? Ter Stegen. Because of saves with feet trait, I'm just so used to spamming low drivens, and what I should be doing is just pounding the goal. You know, just hitting like this, boom, just like that. And then look at that. As I said, finesse shots from the top of the box with its Team of the Season cards, just ridiculous. They're just so good. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a rage quit out of this guy over the first half here, and if I do, I'll definitely pop another game on. Hopefully this guy sticks it out though, because I like just playing, man. You know, it would be cool to get more stats. We talked about this last episode. No bots we brought into the video. You know, he had a post on Reddit. I've talked about it in detail before. But I would genuinely love to see like Opta Index style stats per player, per game mode, like just everything. You know, I think it would be really cool to see that kind of thing on the game. I'm 1 or 2 attacks away from going a second goal up against this guy. He hasn't really made it close to my back line. Saul's actually a card. The funny that he's got him on here. Saul's actually a card that I really like the look of and wouldn't mind putting into my team. And I can actually get rid of Suarez, even though I've got 1.3 million coins still, and Suarez is a great card, and I'm not even kidding. Suarez is such a clinical striker. He's the one guy, he and Sané are probably the two that I'd be most open to getting rid of. And the reason why I say I'd be most open to getting rid of Suarez initially is for the same reason that I bought and then sold Sergio Aguero. You know, he is a great, world-class striker. He's clinical, he finishes so much. He saves me on a game by game basis at times, depending on who the opponent is and how they're playing. But for 1.4 million coins, ooh, he's hit the post with that. What a shot! For 1.4 million coins, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like this Batshuayi card that's going to be coming up is probably going to be as good, if not better, than Luis Suarez. That is not quite what I wanted. Yeah, that Batshuayi card is going to be very good. And so, you know, maybe I sell Suarez, I put some more coins into the bank, we go get a few Bundesliga players, and then also, outside of Batshuayi, maybe it's Goretzka that comes into the team or something, because what Suarez offers us is an attacker that then gets De Bruyne pushed down into midfield. And I think I would much prefer Sané and Son up front, with KDB in a cam, and then another. Oh, that's a waste. That's a waste. And then, oh crap. And then another midfielder to come into the team. So whether that midfielder is Goretzka or Thomas Müller, who looks phenomenal, or James Rodriguez, who looks great, and maybe we change the landscape of the team just a little bit. But yeah, I just, as I say, I don't think necessarily that Suarez, as I say, as good as he is, and don't get me wrong, he's good. I mean, look at that. He's good. His ball control, his dribbling, his finishing, his like composure, like his pace. I've got a Hunter Chem style on him. I had De Bruyne and Suarez not on Hunters. I had De Bruyne on Maestro, Suarez on Hawk, perhaps. And I changed him to Hunter because I just, when I'm in the 4-4-2 with De Bruyne and Suarez up front, I don't like, the pace isn't a problem in general until I come up against someone who's just really good at the game and understands how to defend, has the prime Maldini, the prime Ferdinand, the team of the year or team of the season Sergio Ramos. Once I come up against those guys, Suarez and De Bruyne not having the perfect pace becomes a problem. You know, sometimes I get through, I put Suarez through, and then all of a sudden the guys, Ramos catches him up, and boom, I've lost possession. And I think to myself, in those situations, if I had Son or Sané running through on goal there, they would have been able to get clear and have a goal scoring opportunity. Not necessarily that they would score, but so I put Hunters on them to boost their pace, and man, what a difference it was. Wow, that guy Saul just absolutely mugged off Ruud Gullit there. This guy's come into the game a bit more. What he's done is, you can see by the way his attacking players, the midfield specifically, have pushed up, is that it seems like he's gone attacking to try and get into the game a little bit more. Obviously, I don't want him to get into the game, so we're going to slow our play down when we get to the edge of the box to make sure that we can pick our way around him and see if we can get ourselves a good shooting opportunity. Foul, ref. No? Alright, that's fine. And stop this guy's little counter-attacks here. That should be Ramos's ball. Yes, it was. What? That's half-time. I was going to say, that's never a foul. So we're 2-1 up on the half. I feel like I should be a little bit more up. I've got such a great bench, man. Let's bring... I don't even know who to take off. I love my team so much. I genuinely don't know who to take off. I'm going to leave it the same right now. Even like the Timbers cam, can't remember his name, Valeri. He's great. I used him in Division 1 to get the 5 Portland Timbers goals, and he's just great. So I'll save my subs until either late on in the game or extra time, or if, say, Sané or Son hits a couple of goals or something, so that I'm not reducing their goal to game ratio and stuff. Not that I'm padding either, but I love my first 11, and I want them guys to have the most stats, if you feel me. Right, here we go with Zanetti. He's got Suarez there running through. Right, we've managed to evade that guy, and that guy is beautiful. And then Suarez, that was actually for whoever the other player was. Suarez gets it into Ruud Gullit. That's a beautiful goal. That was a really nice goal. Well worked. I didn't actually play the ball into Ruud Gullit there. The ball was meant for Sané there, but the run of Ruud Gullit came in late, got on the ball, and that's that beautiful 5-star weak foot that I just love, man. Genuinely. Look at this. Ball stop and turn into Gullit, in amongst 4 defenders right around him, but that 5-star weak foot, that high composure, he tucks that one. Doesn't even like, it wasn't even a great shot. It was quite a weak shot. It was like, you know, it was a toe poke if anything, but it went in the back of the net, and that's all that matters. Let's see if we can really put the hurt on this guy now. See if we can go and get ourselves another couple of goals from this squad. We've got Fernandinho on here. Gets the ball inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Suarez. Suarez back to KDB. KDB! Oh, I had time to take a touch there after he got tackled and then got the ball back, but no can do. That'll be my... Oh, he's got lucky there for that. He's gifted it straight back to me though. He's rushing, and I don't know why. That was good. His Saul has dominated Gullit this game. That's really interesting. Maybe he's just very good at controlling the midfield personally, and that's why it's happened a little bit more like that. There'll be no foul there, ref. Thank you very much. But yeah, we're 3-1 up now. I feel comfortable that we're going to end up coming away with a win this game. If this guy does end up getting back into it, then fair play to him. You know, this guy's just going to keep backing off. You can't give De Bruyne this much space. You just can't give De Bruyne that much space. He's missed a shot. I put too much power on it. He's just backing off and backing off and backing off, which obviously for me works out just fine. Oh, go on, Suarez. Open that body up. Oh, he used his left peg. I tried to finesse that around the goalkeeper, but he's used his left peg. We get the 4th goal. And again, there's Luis Suarez just showing it is good. And now ex-UK 70, probably going to be out of here on the 60-minute mark. Is that going to be GG's, or is he going to stick around and play on? Maybe he's making some changes. Maybe I'll make some changes now. If Suarez is going to go, let's take Suarez off. I like a lot of these players, man. Malcolm is great. Aspas is good with the 3-star, 3-star, not ideal. Calais on with the 2-star, 4-star, not ideal either. But let's bring Calais on. Probably one of my favourite subs on the bench. But it's just crazy to see the bench that we've got on this road to glory. You know, we've got a team worth 6-7 million coins. We've got 1.2 million coins in the account. We've got about 500 to 800,000 coins, maybe even more, maybe even 800,000 to 1 million coins in items that are sellable outside of that. We could honestly have up towards 10 million coins, and that's why I've decided not to like invest. I've been looking at investment patterns again. I look at Team of the Seasons right now, and I could buy Team of the Seasons for 60,000 coins, as can anyone, of course. You could probably snipe them for like 58s and 57s and stuff. And for me personally, that's a really, really safe investment. And the reason why that's a safe investment is because they're going to be in use again. And the more and more they're used, the less and less, obviously, the most consistent, the rest of the world ones are going to be used, because people aren't going to want to dump a good usable, rest of world card. That's beautiful. That is. Oh, I tried to just like finish it off with another pass. I could have just shot or chipped the goalkeeper or whatever there, but yeah, I went for another pass there. I don't know why necessarily. That's really good play. I actually tried to do a drag back there, but he didn't do a drag back. Instead, he did a what is it, like the body shimmy. It's been a good performance from us though this game. 4-1 up. This guy, it's not as bad as I first thought he was going to be, but he's obviously not. Oh, that's bad control from Son. He's obviously not amazing as a player. His team's pretty good. It's weird that he's only got 90 chemistry. He's obviously like trying to fit in all of his pack pool players, because he's got like the Sessegnon that was an SBC. He's got Parejo and Saul, which are obviously his untradables from La Liga. He had Sané's Team of the Season card that's obviously his untradable in there as well. And just generally speaking, he's, oh man, I'm trying too desperately to get the ball to Son, and I don't know why. I could have done a bit of work there with Callejon. Could have done a bit of work there with Sané when I got it in. I could have had just like a nice shot into the lower third of the goal. Go on, Hullet, baby. That's where I need you to push. Sessegnon here on the ball. Good tackle from Zanetti. And yeah, we'll be looking at changing the squad, selling Suarez. We'll be looking at bringing in a Bundesliga player or two. There's Callejon through on goal. Is what we like, boys. The speed, the pace, the power, the prowess, and the goal of Jose Callejon. Now, the question has to be asked, is this my best squad ever? And when I say squad, I mean first 11 and bench. Have you seen anything better from me this year? We did a my best team ever video a few weeks back, or maybe a week ago, but that was before we added Ramos, Suarez, Jordi Alba. But were the players that I had bit then, which was like Ashley Young or whatever, whoever it was, were those the guys? Oh, cool, Callejon, lad. Oh, he's missed it. He's dragged it wide. Were those the guys that are better than the ones that we have here? Or is this team the best team I've ever had? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And when I say the best team I've ever had, I don't just mean in this year's Road to Glory either. I mean in last year's Road to Glory and FIFA 16's Road to Glory. I personally think that this team is definitely more complete than last year's Road to Glory. But what I had last year was, obviously we had the 98 Eden Hazard, the 95 Dries Mertens, and this time around we've got like 92s and 93s in by the likes of, the Sanés and even Hullet. As good as Hullet is, and don't get me wrong, he is good. Last time around we had that Hamsik card that I think was like 95 or 96 or whatever. So, I don't know, in terms of like rating per position, maybe this isn't the best team or the highest rated team or whatever that we've had. But in terms of just pure player skill and pure greatness within this team, as Son just showed there, it's just a great team. Having so many 5-star weak foot players in the team makes it so easy to do things easy, essentially. Passing, shooting, crossing, like having, Son, Hullet, De Bruyne, all 5-star. And that's why I do like Suarez at 4-star as well. And why, as I've said a few times before, I think as much as I love Sané, and as much as I love having him as an untradeable pack pulled card, I think having someone there that had 4-star on one of them at least would be far more beneficial than having a 3-star. Let's see if we can drag this one into the back of the net. We can. We've ended up winning this game 7-1. This guy kind of fell apart right here at the end of the video. The end of the game. A nice big win. Callejon coming up big there, accelerating away from the defender, getting into the space, not dragging this one wide, slotting that one straight past Ederson there, which was beautiful. And 7-1, probably not enough time here now to score another goal, unless we steal it straight away, which I don't think we're going to do. There you go. So 7-1, guys. What a performance. What a game. What a win. We win our first Foot Champs game of the day, which is obviously great. Can't ask for more than that. 2 goals from Callejon, 2 from Son, 2 from Suarez, and 1 from Hullet. And then assists, 2 from Suarez, 2 from Son, 2 from Sané. So Sané showing his worth at Cam there with 2 assists. Son coming up with 2 assists, 2 goals. Suarez coming up with 2 assists, 2 goals. Just shows how good that attack is, really is, you know. When they all getting involved in the action like that, you kind of walk away from that and you think, can I really sell Luis Suarez for one of these Bundesliga players? I don't know. You know, as I say, we're up to 1.1, almost 1.2 million coins there. I would have lost a little bit on Suarez. And what I'm not interested in is, generally speaking, the Bundesliga defenders. You know, I don't think they'll be as good as Sergio Ramos. I don't think any of them will be as good as him. So yeah, 1.3 is the minimum. So I would have lost a few 100,000 coins on Suarez. For me, it would have been worth it. You know, he's played really well. It was nice to try him. We could sell all of this trio. Excuse me. We could sell all of this trio on the left-hand side, including Ter Stegen, and just rebuild that with Bundesliga players instead. We'll see the price of the Bundesliga players, how lucky I get in upgrade packs, and what the in-game stats are of all the players before we decide to make a decision quite like that. But it's very possible we might change this team. But guys, this, in my opinion, is the best team I've ever had. Let me go onto the videos real quick and have a look at what the best team I've ever had, or my best team ever. So it was episode number 224 that I stated was my best team ever. I want to see what changes I've made to that team since then. Let me go to the squad. So this is the squad that I had then. We'll go back. So I had 91 David De Gea. We've improved on that with 94 Ter Stegen. Zanetti the same. Maldini the same. We've upgraded Vertonghen to Team of the Season Ramos. We've upgraded Ashley Young to Team of the Season Jordi Alba. Obviously Team of the Season Ashley Young. We have Hullet the same. We then had Eriksen and Matic in midfield, and we've upgraded those to Fernandinho and Luis Suarez. We had De Bruyne and Son the same, and I've swapped out Sergio Aguero for Sané. So the one non-upgrade would be Aguero for Sané. I'd say that's a downgrade, but there are definitely 3 or 4 upgrades in this team. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that this is my best team ever. It's 193 rated. The bench is insane. This is a great squad. I just smashed that guy 7-1. Happy days. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.